Okay, I've actually had a product by this company before, and it was actually very good. This is very different than the last one. I believe the last one I reviewed that was made by this company was a kind of a draw light, a LED light. This is for your car. Now I'm going to tell you, if don't worry if you can't see it properly, I'm going to show it to you closer up to the camera. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, what it is, what it can do, and what size phones it can hold, various things like that. Then near the end, I'll show you it closer up. I'll show you photographs of it rigged up in a car with a phone on it, things like that. Then at the end, I'll give you the price and if I recommend it or not. This is a HAMSWAN Universal Car Mount with automatic silicone suction. It's compatible with smartphones, some tablets, depending upon the size, things like that, of course, and GPS navigators. And the interesting thing with this is there is no actual metal plate. It uses little suction cups, but they are strong suction cups. It's not going to let your phone drop off. But a lot of these kind of holders are similar design to this, use metal metal plates that you stick on the back of the phone, and then a metal plate kind of on it, and then via magnets it sucks them together. This works a little bit differently. It supports phones and tablets and GPSs of up to about 5.5 inches, so that's pretty good. It has your standard like 4, 4.5, and 5, plus the slightly larger 5.5 inch phones, so it should cover most phones. Now, ones like this that use the metal plates and magnets, that shouldn't, if they're well made, it shouldn't harm your phone, but there is always that slight chance when magnets and metal plates are involved. So this way, it might not seem as secure, but it does hold it tightly, and it reduces any risk because of the not using magnets and not using those magnetic metal plates. So it does reduce risk of harm to your phone or device. The base can be put onto your car via a 3M adhesive, and I'll show you the little bits and bobs in a minute and how it works. It also, even though the design perhaps isn't obvious at first, it does allow for a 360-degree rotation, so 360-degree rotation. So you can move it to the angle you desire. So if you stick it in a particular place where maybe it's the best place to stick it, but it isn't tilted right, well, you can stick it there anyway and then tilt it to the angle you desire. It is very, very stylish, as you can see. It might not be obvious, it's in parts here at the moment, but once you see it rigged up in the car and you see photographs from the product page, things like that, you'll see that it does look pretty nice. And because of how it sticks behind the phone, you won't see it too much. It doesn't stand out too much, but yet when your phone is off of it, it isn't too intrusive looking. It does look quite nice. It weighs about 50 grams. It's made of aluminium and silicone and ABS. In the package is one suction end, which is basically the front top end, one base, which is the bit that you put onto the car, then the suction on top of it, and a 3M adhesive, which doesn't include the already attached one, plus of course one basic little user manual, as you may expect. Before using, you should wipe the area where you're going to attach it to in your car and clean it with a wet tissue and let it dry completely. So not only should you clean the area, and I'm sure this is common sense, you probably would have done it anyway, but just to make sure you're aware, you do need to clean the area of your car, and don't let it stay wet, don't put it straight on. Clean it and let it dry first, then put it on. It's not a big deal, it won't take you long, but it's definitely recommended, because if you put it onto a dirty surface, it might not stick properly, it might not grip properly, and you run the risk of, even if it looks like it's stuck at first, it could fall off in the future. So make sure that the surface you're going to put it on is clean, but also dry. It's no good trying to stick something sticky onto a wet surface, as I'm sure you're aware, because it just isn't going to work. Also, wipe your cell phone off as well to make sure it isn't dirty and it's dry as well. You then remove the protective film, and place the holder and gently press it until it is firmly fixed. Then they recommend that you wait about an hour before you put the phone and things on. Let that stick take hold first. So wait an hour, put it up, wait an hour before you first use it. So let's see what is included. Here, as you can see, this is the bit that is going to stick to your phone with the suction cups, and it has a decent weight. It isn't too flimsy and plastic because this is actually metal. A lot of things you get, especially these little holders, are made of plastic or something like that. This is mostly metal. The suction bits, of course, are plastic or rubbery as you'd expect, but the main body of this is actually metal. And you can probably see that on camera. You can certainly feel it when you get it. This is definitely metal, mostly metal. Then you have this little knob here. Now this bit here attaches to the back of the bit I've just shown you, and I'll show you in a second. Then you remove this film from the back of this, and this sticks onto the car. This is the bit that sticks onto the car. Okay, then that suction cup bit just magnetically attaches to this. Now you may have heard me say that it's not magnetic. Well, this bit here is magnetic. To screw the suction cup bit onto this bit that holds onto your car, that sucks on with a magnet, but that isn't going to be on your phone. The bit that's going on your phone is the suction cup bit, so it doesn't attach to the phone or your tablet or your GPS magnetically. That's the important bit. This bit attaches to that though magnetically, and I'll show you in just a second. Then here are some more replacement bits for attaching that if you need to take that metal bit off your car and you can no longer use the sticky bits. It has three replacement sticky bits to stick on the back of that knob bit if you need to reuse it. Hopefully you can see this from behind the camera. Like that, there you go. You saw that little bit of a hole in the back of the suction cup bit. Well, the metal kind of joint here, this magnetically clipped onto the back. Then this bit, of course, goes onto your car like that. Just stick it like that. Now, you take this off, you don't have this on. You pull this off, and it does really need a bit of a pull in because it is firmly magnetically attached. It doesn't come off easily. You have to give it quite a tug. Now, first, you want to take off this peel and put it on your car after you've cleaned and dried it, of course. But then don't put that suction cup bit on. Let that dry for an hour. Let that stay on for an hour before you attach the suction cup head, which is done like that. Hopefully I'm in focus, but this bit here, hopefully you can see, does turn and twist to the angle you want. Now, depending upon how I edit this video, you may have already seen pictures, or the pictures may be coming up now of it in my car, and that will show you it both with it attached and then it attached with the suction cup bit but no phone, then one with a phone on it to show you and demonstrate. So that's quite good because not only is this a well-designed product, but you do get some spare sticky bits on the back, because the chances are you've got to stick this onto your car and you're probably not going to want to change that for a long time, as long as you get the placement right. But then if you do get a new car or something, there is 3 spare adhesive tape bits to stick on the back, so you can reuse this. Okay, so I've had a chance to try it out and it works well, it holds well, because I had some doubts before because of the suckiness, the suction cup bits. I thought maybe that wouldn't hold as strongly as it really needed to, but it actually does hold very, very tightly and firmly. I haven't used the spare bits. As you can see, the packet is still there. Like I said, you have seen or will see photographs of it being used, so you can see what it looks like, not just here on a desk, what it looks like in a car being used. I do actually recommend it. I think it's a very nice product, and I think it's very multi-purpose because you can't It isn't just designed in a way like a lot are that will hold a phone or a product that sort of size. Because it doesn't have like any kind of clamps that come out to just the right size, because it's just a flat suction cup bit. It isn't designed too much just for smartphones, even though that's primarily what you're going to be using for. You can put a GPS on this as well. In fact, that is what I will be using this for. I have a different holder that I tend to use for the phone, but I actually was looking for something for a GPS, and I've had a holder before that actually sticks in the car, and it has a different kind of holder for specially designed for GPS, but we have a different car now and it won't work in that. Well, so this, I'll stick it on, and then I can just stick a GPS to the suction cup bit. And that's a good thing because there's no magnetic plates and stuff like that as well. You don't have to risk messing up your equipment. It is high quality. It's not made of flimsy, lightweight plastic. It is mostly aluminium. The magnetic part where the joint attaches to the back of the suction cup plate, that is really strong. When you try to pull it off, you really have to pull quite hard to get the suction cup head off of the joint where it's magnetically attached, because the magnetic pull is so strong. It's really very firm. You don't have to worry about that either. So a nice quality product, very nice quality product. I do recommend it. What about the price? It is £13 in the UK. It's £12.99. Yes, you can get some cheaper, but they tend to be flimsy plastic and they might not, they don't tend to be as strong and work as well. This is a nice aluminium quality product with good suction and good magnetic joint for £12.99. If it's available in the US, I'll put the US dollar price on the screen as a text overlay as well. So I do really recommend it. Please like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you do me a huge favour, if you're watching this as a review on the Amazon product page, please hit the yes button next to was this review helpful to you. They'll help me out a lot as well. Thanks for watching.